Hello, this is Matt's Amazing Mazes, and today we'll- I'm going to discuss about man's instructions, directions, sayings versus godly instruction, directions, and sayings. So, I'm going to read off a scripture in Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 23, which reads, I know for a fact, O Lord, that humans' ways does not belong to them. It does not belong to humans even to direct their step. Verse 24, O Lord, correct me. Verses Psalms 119, verse 54, which you can read in within the maze that I have on the image of your screen, which says, recover me, preserve me alive in agreement with your sayings. So, so man benefit from God's sayings, but man cannot benefit from his sayings because he can't direct his step. Furthermore, it says here in Psalms 146, verse 3, taken out of the Living Bible translation, don't look to men for help. Their greatest leaders fail, which mean they cannot bring salvation to anyone. The salvation is futile, it's useless. And so there was an illustration in Numbers chapter 2, Numbers chapter 21, forgive me. It's in chapter 21, in those chapters. See, a while back, God's people was looking for false gods to worship, and they believed that those false gods can bring them salvation, or other different religious leaders from those false gods can bring them happiness, bring them satisfaction. But God grew angry with their disloyal turning away from Him, made Him sad. So what did the true God did? He did this. Numbers chapter 2 verse 8. Then Jehovah said to Moses, make for yourself a fiery snake and place it upon a signal pole, and it must occur that when anyone has been bitten, he then has to look at it and so must keep alive. Because there was snakes everywhere around those signal poles. Everywhere. And and they were biting people, but they had to look at the pole in faith because God put it there by His power to make it work for people who look at it, which is symbolic demonstration. When they looked at it, they were given allegiance to God and not to these religious leaders and false gods. He wanted God wanted His people to give back to Him their allegiance, their loyalty. to lean on his instruction and not on man's and and their ideas of what their pretend God should be like. And I got this picture in the middle called Recovery Mountain. It's people flocking to the mountain of the true God, you know, for true worship. And and God made life enjoyable, but he makes it a challenge. There's obstacles you have to face in life, dead ends you have to avoid. Once you get stuck in a dead end, all you have to do is just turn back. Don't look back. Or don't face the dead end. And keep on going the way you came out so you can go through the true path. And you have to retrace your steps. You have to do. It's like turning away from a dead end. It's like examining your steps of what you did, doing research, doing studies, going, trying to find the answers. When you find the answer to the true path, you go through that, and then there'll be other obstacles, dead ends that you will face, stumbling blocks, but you had to not face that dead end and keep on going back and trace your steps where you left off and do more research saying, well, this may not be correct. We need the right path. We need to take the right way of pure truth of what it is to confirm that it is truth and that it's not a false step, a false lie, falsehood. And the more we get out of the broad and spacious road that leads to destruction, we go through the narrow labyrinth and out of the maze. The narrow labyrinth represents the 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 narrow gate, the narrow road that's leading to life, and few are the ones who's finding it. I think that's back in Matthew chapter 7 or around those scriptures. But a lot of people is heading to destruction, and few is finding it. And it's a hard and search, but the rewards you reap will be satisfying, and it would be enjoyable to get out of the maze and into life. So the maze hold a lot of deep symbolic meaning for me, and I always enjoyed the maze because it's a challenge to get out of that broad and spacious road that leads to destruction. That's set before us, and I'm all for that challenge. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I do want to go through that narrow gate where few is finding it, but I want to work that maze. I want to keep active in doing what is right and continuing to work my brain by studying that Bible of mine. So I hope this video will help you in such a way of what I said to seek and find the truth, that if you are into the Bible and all that, and that you are a lover of the Bible, and if you continue to enjoy these videos of mine, these deep spiritual biblical mazes videos, I will continue to make more. Just click on that subscribe button for more future content for me to put on there, because I got loads of, I'm making mazes every day. Every now and then I always put mazes on my YouTube channel. I'm getting close to almost 100 mazes on my channel, and I'll always make them because they're my favorite thing I like to do. My second thing I like to do. The first thing I like to do is study the Bible. But anyways, I'll let you go now, and I hope you, you appreciate this food for thought. Goodbye now.